Hello everybody, my name is CyberGameRex, and today what I have for you guys is a brand new command block creation. Today, I have Abydos in vanilla Minecraft. Now, if you're a Stargate fan and you watched the movie, then you will know what Abydos is, or rather, where it is. It is actually the first planet that the team from Earth visited going through the Stargate. Now, I've recreated that in Minecraft with command blocks. Now, a bit later on in the year, maybe 6 months or so, I will be releasing an update to both Abydos and Stargates, so you definitely want to subscribe to stay up to date with that. And what that will do is reduce tons of lag from both of them. Because I know Stargates caused a lot of lag, and Abydos just added so much more on top of it. But I have optimized Abydos as much as it can be without modifying Stargates. Anyways, let's go to Abydos so I can show you what it is. Now, you're going to want to know this, so you're going to want to know what address to type in. Now, I'm not going to use the pad I have on the side. I'm going to type in a command that can do it for me. So, that command is /trigger chevron set and then number here. So, the address is as follows: 27 7 15 32 12 30 and then wait for it now. The gate has been generated. Let's travel to Abydos. Now, as you can see there, went through the gate, whole bunch of command block stuff happened, and as you can see, whole bunch of stuff around me just started working. What that was is the generation of Abydos. Now, this does not affect normal gameplay in the slightest, so you can have your creations anywhere. This won't affect it. Anyways, the coolest bit, I walk around, it generates more terrain. And, if you're lucky enough like me, you can possibly find randomly spawning structures, which I just found here. These have custom loot, horses, anything you might need here, so definitely worth looting. I'm just going to let a bit more area generate here. And if you want to know how this is working, stick to the end, because then I'll give a full explanation on how everything works. And if you just want to install it, after the review, that's when I'm going to show you all that. But anyways, this is where you normally would walk in from. Now, nice roads, paths. Got your houses here. Not terribly interesting. Got a bit of carpet if you want it. Tables, torches. So you're not going to get too much spawning here. But every village will come with 2 horses. These are always random. I don't know what they'll be. And you have a Blacksmith Shop, which does have a chest in it. And it's not standard blacksmith loot. In fact, it's custom. So this is my own loot table I added. And as you can see, you can get some good stuff off of it. Like, look at it. I got a diamond helmet and an iron chest plate. And not the best helmet or chest plate, but still, you can get some pretty good stuff. Because I've actually been lucky enough to get a protection 4 chest plate, which is pretty amazing. Now, I'm just going to keep flying around here because there's another structure I would like to show you. But I will show you one thing before then. If you look at the ground here, you might notice that areas of it look very similar or even identical. And yeah, I know that's the case. That's how it's been designed. The reason being is I can only have so many chunks generate, and they're 32 by 32 by 2 structure. So that means going 4 chunks is one of my chunks that I generate. I can't customize it that well, but I can randomize it and also make it seed specific. So still nice custom terrain. Now I'm just going to start flying around, and I'll be back here when I found you the other structure. Let's go. Okay guys, I'm back. I walked around Abydos for ages and could not find this, which is a horse stable. Now, yes, they spawn, but they are uncommon. Villages less so. But, as you can see, you got a nice horse here, which does spawn in with it. Got a bucket of water here, some hay, and if I head inside through these nice doors, not a very interesting inside. I didn't care to decorate it or anything, but you got chest, and oh my god, that's actually good loot. Sharp 5, knockback 2, that's pretty good. Protection 4, I could get a good suit of armor from this. I'm going to just swap these out. And, because I'm super lucky, I got myself an elytra. And a pretty good bow. And golden apple. Whatever. Pretty good loot chest, I'd say. Anyways, that's all of the buildings and structures in Abydos. But there is more to it. You see the red sky here? That's not always the case, because there's actually a built-in day-night cycle in Abydos. So only when you're in Abydos will this affect you, but when it is daytime, it gives you night vision, and nighttime, you lose night vision. And a recommendation when playing here, I actually haven't done it, you want to keep your brightness at moody, because it just makes it look so much better. And especially when it's nighttime, it makes it look really good. But I think it's about time we head back into the overworld and wrap up this part of the review. Now to dial this gate, just right click the DHD and then start typing in your address or use the keypad which I've given you. Now I'm just going to type it in because I can and it's quicker. But same command, trigger, chevron, set, and then your address. So this is going to be unique to the gate you want to travel to. So I'm just going to type mine in. And also, subscribe to our channel because very soon I'm going to be well no, not soon, 6 months. But I'm going to be releasing an update to Stargates in vanilla Minecraft that should in theory reduce lag. Because that's been a major problem with it. Anyways, oh also, you'll notice I have a whole bunch of debug open. I was having a few difficulties earlier, so just had to debug it. Everything works just fine, you shouldn't have any problems. But, let's head through the gate. And, as you can see, I appeared here. And my screen's flashing randomly. That's because my night vision effect's just quickly going away. But, it worked. We're home. And, to prove that this isn't actually a problem, I am now in the nether. Nothing was affected. So I think that's just really neat and useful, because I can do that. But, let's get on to the how to install this, because it's actually simpler than Stargates, but you're going to need help. Okay, so now that you've downloaded Abydos from curse.com, you're going to want to open your downloads folder, which I've already done, and you'll find a .zip file. Then you want to go to your %appdata% folder, which is where you're going to be putting it. Now, just put them next to each other. This is the easiest way I've found. .minecraft, saves, and then whichever world you want to use. In this case, I'm going to be using this world here. So, open the zip file, and you're going to need an archiver for this, so 7-zip or WinRAR archiver. I've got WinRAR, so it's your choice, but highlight these two files, drag them into the world safe folder, and you'll see some things appear and change. Then I can just close out of these, and that's the base install. So the final part to this is you have to do /give, your username or @p@a, whatever, then structure block, like so, hit enter, gives you this. Place it on the ground, switch it to load or the L, and type in Abydos, like that. Select where you want it to spawn. I like it at -1 because that makes it level with the ground. Loads, this shows you where it's going to spawn. Hit load again. Okay, it's loaded in now. And before activating the machine, I'd recommend you do /game rule, and then command block output, set that to false. I've already done that, but highly recommended. Now, when I turn this on, there's going to be a bit of lag, so my audio may not work the best, but let's find out what happens. So, this activates the main systems. So, the actual functionality of Abydos going there, it works. This activates the day-night cycle. So you flick this off, day-night cycle will no longer function, but you have to flick it once for it to work. But I'm going to leave it on. Then, to finish it off, press this button to add scoreboard values, And if you remove any by accident, just press it again, no problem. Let's do it. Okay, scoreboard values are added. You're done. Stargates in Vanilla Minecraft Edition Abydos is now ready. Have fun playing it. And now for the developers, this is how it works. When you first travel to Abydos, it'll create an initial armor stand, which will then generate the chunk you're standing on, and by force create the temple. Then, that chunk will detect that you're in it, and create a 5x5 area of chunks around you. Those chunks generate. Then, a 3x3 area around you, that set of armor stands will then get killed, so those don't activate. And then, when you move into any of the outer spaces that were generated, that will repeat the same process. Now, a chunk consists of 3 parts: the bottom, the middle, and the top. The bottom and middle don't change, it's just because how I made it, they can be modified if at any point I wish to do so. The top, however, there are 8 variants of it. You've got chunk edit 1 through 6, chunk edit 8, and also chunk village. Reason they're called those is because I've got 6 chunks which will be swapped between when generating it, and then 2 structures that can spawn in. It's not a very complex system, but each chunk that generates is 32 by 32 blocks, meaning I have as few armor stands as possible. And also because of the constant use of structure blocks, it causes very little lag, and is quite good for this sort of thing. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I put in a lot of effort into this. This took me about 4 days to record and edit. So, thanks for watching, subscribe for more, and leave a like if you really did enjoy. Have a great day.